I first met Bill Eadington when I came into the field in 1995, and it was through his efforts that he really brought together everybody in the field, and that's what makes this conference so unique. It's not just one discipline, it's multidisciplinary, and multidisciplinary in a real way. It's where you don't just have these separate tracks where the economists talk to the economists and the psychologists talk to the psychologists. Everybody mingles and mixes.
The conference, I think, for me particularly, is a very refreshing conference because it allows, in research we talk about we don't want to just do research that stay on the shelves of libraries. We want to do research that impact and influence society at large.
This is Bill Eadington's conference. And with his death, there was a significant transition going to David and Bo. And of course, I was watching this carefully. And I don't think they continued the trend. I think they raised the bar. I was honored to be able to attend the EBS first conference in gaming at the Sahara in 1974 as a graduate student. And it's just great to be here today.
First attended this conference, I think it was 1978. It was the second conference. And it was amazing to see people from so many different disciplines.
I first came to Bill Eadington's conference in 2006 at Lake Tahoe, and it was my first big international conference. I was a graduate student, and I couldn't believe how many professionals there were in the gambling field and how many sessions there were. I was completely overwhelmed, but I made a point of introducing myself to as many people as I could, and I count that conference as being extremely influential in letting me get to where I am just a few relatively short years later.
It's the gold standard of what a conference should be, and the fact that a conference of this sort of level of excellence should be in my field adds something special. It's a special conference, and it's a special person who set it up. Bill Eadington made gambling a serious, respectable area of academic study.
No matter what your area of interest, you'll find some kindred souls. And there are lots of opportunities for cross-pollination of ideas. Like, I'm not into the mathematics of gambling, but at an earlier conference I met Bob Hannum, and we together created a paper about dead chip programs in gambling, which has been very frequently cited. And all of these things would not have happened if it weren't for this conference.
So I'm an economist, and when I first started studying gambling, it was in the mid-90s. And economists don't necessarily care as a group about gambling, and so this conference was perfect for me. Being able to present research and get feedback from individuals from a variety of perspectives is very important in this field, and so it's really enabled me to develop my career.
I get my knowledge of gambling updated, but what I really like about it is that there's a continuity. There are certain things that are staple, and each time we learn a lot, but now we have lots of new students, lots of new upcoming scholars.
This is clearly the most heavily endorsed research conference internationally. It's got more participants from more continents than any other conference that's been run in the field.
And I think this conference is quite at the cutting edge of things such as technology, about online, which is the current big buzzword, cutting edge of the new modes of gambling, cutting edge of particularly some of the new growing markets.
Those of us who work in the gambling field, this is the most prestigious conference. This is the place you have to be every 3 years. This is the place that makes the field what it is.